Hello, welcome back to Salty Sunshine where we shoot the salt. How you doing, Mama?
I'm doing great. We have another Love is Blind season 8 in the bucket that we're going to talk about today. How are you?
Good. Just watched the reunion this morning and it was okay.
It was fine. I mean, the worst hosts ever. I'm sorry. Vanessa and Nick, they're not getting
Yeah,
any
I don't really
better.
like them. Yeah,
They don't ask the questions. Some people say like they drop some stuff and they literally just move on. Like they don't even,
right.
it's like, well, hello.
Yeah, they're not good hosts.
You're in Austin, Texas, and they had South by Southwest last weekend, and had some Love is Blind sightings. Everybody was there.
Yeah, they were at a restaurant I was at. I don't know which girl it was because to me they all look the same. And then, um, I walked past them when I was out because they were at like a bar throwing some sort of event. Just like
Nice.
a meet and greet.
I feel like this year's South by Southwest was like super star-studded. Like Nicole Kidman was there and Blake Lively, like everybody was there.
Yeah, there's a ton of stars here.
But it's not always
They
like
always
that,
do it.
right?
Yeah, I mean, Sydney Sweeney was here last year. Alex Cooper was here last year.
Huh.
They usually do that stuff.
I feel like
It's
there was
pretty
a
big.
lot of new stuff to drop, so there was like a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
Um,
exciting.
yep.
Very exciting. So, did you watch With Love, Megan?
Yes. So I saw some of it. I don't understand why everyone's hating on it so much. I mean, it's like just like a cutesy show.
Because people can separate, like people can be objective for whatever reason. Like I have my own opinions about like her behavior with the royals, but that doesn't mean I can't watch the show for what it is and say, okay, it's good. It's not like it's not personal, and I feel like people have a hard time. Like just they only have to see it one way.
Right. Like they don't like her, so then they automatically don't. They like say like absurd things about the show, and it's like that's
Exactly.
just an exaggeration.
Right. It's just like it's not that serious, people. It's just not. It's like flower sprinkles. Like get a hold of yourself.
Right, which I just recently learned she sells those, so I guess that was just like an ad.
Genius, because I want some. They're so cute. I think they're
They are really
adorable.
cute.
They make a donut. Hello? Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm throwing a housewarming party this weekend. I'm like, maybe I should get flower sprinkled.
Yes. So with Love Megan, so you still have some episodes to watch. I really liked how they didn't make it like a Martha Stewart cooking show. I feel like they made it very unique in the sense that it didn't look produced. Like the producer, she would give them drinks, give them a bite of this. They would talk to her. Like it was just very easy, even keel situation, which I loved.
Right, it was very casual. It wasn't like she's trying to pretend like she's a chef. It was just like anyone can make this meal,
Yeah, it
and it was
wasn't a
very casual.
structured, this is a 30-minute meal and these are the ingredients. It wasn't that. It was more like, come
Right,
with me over here, check this out. Oh, let's talk about this. It was just, I liked it because it felt like you were hanging out with your friends.
right. And I agree with what Jackie said on the toast, though, that she should have like a website with all the ingredients and recipes. Because what if I do want to make it? Like, she's not really giving details.
Totally. Or at least on her
So,
Instagram.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. Um, and then everyone was clowning on her for wearing white. It's like, well, who cares? It's not like she's getting dirty.
For wearing white while
They're
cooking.
like, how dare you?
People
Who
are
wears
just,
that to cook? Nobody wears that to cook.
that's just so silly. See, like, this thing, they complain about the dumbest things.
The dumbest things. And then Pamela Anderson apparently came out because Pamela Anderson had a cooking show, which I had no idea. And but she's a vegan. So all her recipes were purely vegan. And she had friends come over and help her. And so she's like, she stole the idea from me. I'm like, listen, cooking shows have been around for so long. Like, no one can say anyone's still stealing anything.
Wait, Pamela said that or someone said that about them?
I don't know if she said it, but I think she said it or someone in her camp said it.
Oh, I would. She doesn't seem like the person who would complain about that stuff. You would think she'd be like above that, but
Listen,
she
Selena
like
Gomez
it's
had a cooking show and with people over. So did Hailey Bieber.
right. And everyone said Haley copied Selena, and it's like no, it's a cooking show.
Yeah.
These have been around forever.
And people are going to copy. Like, what are you going to do about it? Like, that's never going to stop.
Right.
Which, by the way, the first episode she did, with the when she put that purple or blue corn and she took it off the and she put it in the paper bag and into the microwave. I didn't know you could do that.
Mm, I don't recall.
Like little, like those little baggies that I used to use for you when you were in school, like they sell at the Dollar Tree, like these little paper bags. And she put corn kernels inside and popped them right there in the microwave.
Oh,
So I learned
I
that.
mean, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Like if you just buy the kernel, you don't need
Interesting.
the popcorn maker.
Um, and then the beeswax, the bee stuff was super cool. Like how they, that's a lot of work for honey, isn't it? No wonder it's so expensive.
Right.
Someone said honey is like bee throw up.
Interesting. Apparently, local honey, like I guess if you had your own honey farm, it could help you with your allergies.
Really? Oh, well, beeswax or bee pollen is like amazing.
Right.
And then she took the beeswax and made candles with her friend. I mean, it was so cute. I loved it. I mean, there are a lot of things you can make fun of, but like you have to be like a certain type of a-hole to like want to do that. But yeah, sure, you can make fun
Right.
of the fact that her goodie bags for her kids' birthday parties, like she's sending the kids home with a bunch of flower pollen and soil or whatever the hell she put in it.
Right. Like stuff kids do not care
The
about.
kids are gonna be like, "Is this a joke?" Not kidding. Two of the kids will.
I also agree that what Jackie said on the toast, how I wish I could see the actual party setup
Yeah,
because she kind of just shows like what she's gonna give out or what she's making for the party, but then you don't see the setup. And I feel like that's the fun of it, seeing it all come together.
yeah. I mean, season two has already been filmed because that's one of those things that they film the whole thing and then they just show you half of it now.
Hmm.
And the other season's already done, so that's already greenlit. But I think it's good. I think it was interesting. Another interesting fact is that she has a brand now called As Ever, and they didn't let her get the patent or trademark or whatever she needed to make clothes because there's another company with it. It's like whoever's running her stuff, it's like bizarre how they keep messing up so bad.
Right. Like someone's clearly against her because hasn't this happened multiple times to her?
Like multiple times, and then she just announced that, so she had a podcast back in the day. It was called Archetypes and it flunked terribly. Like they gave her like a $20 million deal and they kicked her out because they're like, forget it, like this sucks. And she's just launched another podcast with another network called Lemonada, and it's called Confessions of a Female Founder, which is so cheesy. There's two other podcasts that have Confessions of a in the name. And everyone's like, can't you be original in any sense? Like, who's dropping the ball? And that's a cheesy name. Confessions of it. That's a movie from like 1980. Like, what?
Yeah. I mean, this is also why people don't like her, though. It's because, like, it looks like she's kind of just grabbing at anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like something's coming naturally to her and, like, speaking to her. Like, she's kind of just grabbing at anything to try to get, honestly, attention. So
Yeah,
I think that's why people get a weird feeling from her.
she's gonna interview female founders. It's gonna be the most boring podcast you've ever heard. Like, she's gonna,
Right. Like, that's not her thing.
yeah.
Like, she's not interested in these businesses. And she never said that that was her thing. And it doesn't look like it comes naturally. So that's going to flunk. It's
Yeah.
going to be super scripted, too.
No, and it's probably like a 20 million $100 deal or something, $100 million. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. She should just go back to acting.
She probably doesn't want to act because that would be the easiest road to take. When
Right.
you act like you're playing a part, nobody's in your business, you don't have to talk about your life. Like, it's really the most logical thing.
And you would think that she would want to do that out of all things because she said multiple times that she wants like a private life and doesn't want to be in the spotlight.
Exactly. I don't
But now
understand.
he keeps coming out with shows that talk about herself. So it's like,
I know.
it's hard. Like, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's why people don't like her.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And all right, so that's that on Meghan Markle. Did you see Alex Cooper is launching a dating show for Hulu?
Oh, yes, I saw that. Um, she definitely has like the host energy for it. What do you feel about it?
Do you think she's going to be in the show herself, or just because she's like a she's producing it? But I don't know.
Oh, she's not like the host.
She's a TV producer for this show. I guess it's her show. She's creating it and everything. I'm not clear if she's going to be the host of the show, like physically.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know.
I mean, she's always said that like producing and making films is her passion and like editing. So I guess maybe this is like her time to be behind the scenes if she's not hosting. But
Well, she sees all these shows and she's just trying to get the coin. It's like what's popular now.
well, yeah. And maybe she sees like people are finding her podcast to be a little boring nowadays.
It's going to be,
So she's like trying to find something
you
else.
think people are saying that about her?
Well, I mean, at least the people around me, but she does have clearly a big following. I just feel like she never gets anything out of the people she
I
interviews.
think, yeah, I personally stop listening and I only listen if I want to hear what the guest has to say. A specific guest, like I'll listen if I like the guest, but other than that, I don't like listening to her speak per se. I feel like it's very like it's very juvenile, and it's
Yeah,
like listening to girls in the backseat be like, "Oh my god," and it's like I don't want to hear that.
right.
And then in her sweats, and it's very I don't know what you call it. It's just very young for me.
Yeah,
But yeah, we'll see. It's supposed to be like on a yacht, so
I mean, could be fun.
I don't know.
A lot of dating shows.
Too
We'll see
many,
if this one hits.
too many. But speaking of,
Did you see that?
go ahead.
um, Well, I was just gonna say that Alex Earl didn't know that she was being dropped, supposedly.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, because there was like rumors that she's not with the network anymore.
Well, she's not with the network. I
Um,
know that.
right, but I think she said like she found out when everyone else found
Oh,
out.
really?
Yeah, I think
But
so.
they must have had some sort of issue before that because she wasn't at her parties at whatever event just passed.
Right,
So I'm sure the issue was already there. She probably just didn't know
right.
that she was.
Which I don't think Alex Earl was doing so.
Um, Speaking of dating shows, Lucy Hale is dating Harry Jowsey. Do you know who Lucy Hale is from Pretty Little Liars?
Yes, and she's so above Harry. I'm so confused.
Above and older. He's 27, she's 35, which to me is huge for a woman and a guy.
And it's huge when the guy is like known for being so immature.
Yeah, like she's setting herself up for disaster.
Right,
Unless she like strictly wants to have fun and she wants nothing out of this.
right. I guess that could be the case, but
He's like,
uh,
I mean, I get it.
he's so
I feel like
gross.
he's a charming guy. Like if I think like you and I would like to hang out with him to have a beer and have a drink, but like because he's like not our boyfriend. I feel like as a male, there's no attraction there as far as like the way he acts.
Exactly, but we don't know who's Lucy, right?
Yeah,
We don't know her, so like maybe she's one of those girls who like thinks she can change him,
I have no
or she could just
idea.
think it's fun.
Yeah,
But
I mean, he'll
I
probably
just
shape
think,
up for her because she's like at a higher level than him,
right, that's true.
but that only lasts so long.
Right, his true colors will come out eventually.
Speaking of
And I didn't realize how gross he was until I started watching that last reality dating show he was on.
Well, he's like one of those things that you feel like it's diabolical. Like, how can a human being be this distrusting? Like this, like it's just like one of those things. You're like, wow, like how can you be that much of a like a skis and a liar? I don't know.
Right, I didn't think he was like that extreme.
Those kind of people scare me because I can't fathom like what goes through your brain to think this is fun or okay. I don't know.
Right, like to constantly do it, like it's just fun for you at that point.
Yeah, I'd run for the hills. But
No remorse.
um, okay, we're gonna get into Love Is Blind. But before that, I wanted to say, did you see Casey Anthony's on TikTok?
Um, I think I did. I haven't seen the TikTok. I heard about it.
So the crazy part is she's coming out as an advocate for kids,
Right.
which
The
is
fact that that's what she's coming out doing out of everything she could have done. Like, why is she attaching herself to kids again? And like, just it was a very bold move.
Yeah, I would love to see the thought process. Like maybe she could have come out like an advocate for people wrongly accused or
Hmm.
something else.
Yeah, it's almost like sickening. And also, who would work with her?
Right. I know. What has she done all this time? I wonder where she's like worked and stuff.
Yeah, and the fact that she even wants him in the spotlight is a little questioning. And she finally, like, people don't really talk about her anymore, and then bam, she pops up.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's wild. And speaking of wild, I wasn't going to talk about this, but you just reminded me. That whole bad baby Alabama Barker thing.
Um, yes, yes, yes. I know
I
what you're
saw a
talking
clip. I don't know like what the story is, but I just saw a clip of that girl bad baby on a podcast saying all this stuff. And the way she talks is so wild because you know she was on Dr. Phil, like Meet Me Outside Girl.
about.
So the way she talks still, she still talks like that, and that was a long time ago. And she's
Yeah.
on the podcast saying that she's not going to give up. He's like, when will you, what would it take for you to get over the Alabama Barker thing? And she's like, when I beat her ass, because I will beat her ass.
Oh my God, so she's still as ghetto as
And she
ever.
just had a baby. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
like, are you dumb? If something happens, like you're on record saying these things.
Right.
You crazy
And
dummy.
I never understand when like ghetto people get money and it's like you actually have something to lose now. Like before you were a poor fool. Now you have money to lose.
Right.
Uh,
Exactly. All right.
yeah.
So let's go back to the finale and the reunion for Love is Blind season 8. Um, Only one couple got married. I wasn't surprised. The only one I was surprised about was Joey and Monica.
Yes. I didn't expect that one, but apparently they like left out some stuff.
So
The producers painted it a certain way.
I always couldn't tell whether he was into her. I always knew she was into him, but I couldn't tell if he was into her. But I was hoping like it was fine. But so she said no only because she didn't think he was into her,
Right. I did not think. Yeah, for sure.
which was
She only
sad.
said it because she thought he was gonna say no.
Yeah, which was sad. But they said no, and he took it. He took it well. She took it kind of well. But they did end up dating afterwards
Oh, really?
at the reunion. Didn't you see the? Did you see the reunion?
Yes. But did I miss that part? They dated?
Well, she said that they were hanging out. They did holidays together and all this stuff. So it felt like they were dating, and they slept together twice. He kept saying once, and she kept saying twice. I'm like, where's the disconnect here? Like, how? What? I'm like, you're gonna know if you did it once or
Right, you're
twice.
gonna know.
He's like once, and she's like twice, and he's like once, and she's like twice.
Oh, weird.
But basically, I guess they didn't put a label on it, and they were just hanging out. But it was kind of like you're dating, and
Right.
she helped him with stuff and all this stuff, and then apparently he was like going into Madison's DMs and trying to, or seeing her in public and telling Monica
Right, I
that
saw that.
Madison was flirting with him. But then Madison's like, "You're the one flirting with me." I didn't know he had it in him. Joey looked so innocent.
Yeah, he didn't seem like it. And now everyone's like, we owe the sister an apology. And I'm like, well, two things can be true at once.
Well, he said the family was
Sister
the
could be
reason he
jealous.
didn't want to be with her.
Yeah, so maybe the sister was still giving him a hard time.
So we have to blame the sister, not apologize.
Right. She probably was still giving him a hard time.
She probably gave him the side eye.
And he's like, family's everything. Like, I'm putting it on her family, whatever.
And then like everyone's family was in the audience, which I don't know if they've ever done that before, like a lot of family members. And every
Yeah.
time Monica was talking, all his sisters, he has like three sisters, and they're all like nodding their head, like, oh my God, that's not true. I was like, this is so
Yeah,
awesome.
I think the sisters are disappointed in him,
The sisters were, I think, defending him, like against Monica.
defending
Yeah, like
him.
every time Monica was
Mm.
talking, they were like, no, that, oh my God, I can't believe she's saying
Mm.
that. Funny.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, they left out a clip of him. talking to his friends, and his friends brought up like, "Oh, you always said like you weren't really in the marriage type of."
Right.
Did you see that clip?
Yeah,
So then they're like, "Why would you go on a show where like you have to get married so
exactly.
soon?"
When people are like, I'm not ready, it's like, did you not know this before?
Right.
It's like, what?
Like people always like end up dating after, and I'm like, well, that wasn't the point of the show.
Yeah, but guess what? Everyone that doesn't get married and then dates, they never last. So, like, don't do that.
Right.
Either you go through it and commit and give yourself a fighting chance, or just leave it alone because it just never works. You have to commit. It's
Yeah.
like you broke the trust, you broke the vibe.
Right. And like you guys said no for a reason at the altar, so that's
Exactly.
gonna come up again when you
And
get
what's the worst that happens? Then you get divorced. What's the big deal? You can be married for a year and get divorced. Nothing happens. Nobody loses a thing. It's
right.
a year. It's like at least give it a fair, good try. I hate when people do that. Um, Other people that did that was Sarah and Ben. Sarah dogged him at the altar. Apparently, they had already talked about it beforehand, so he wasn't shocked. But then he's like, he hopes to keep dating after, and she was like, "Oh hell no!" Like what?
Yeah.
But then she was the one that pushed after to date. It's like if you wanted to date him, just get married. Oh my gosh!
Well, everyone was like, we applaud Sarah, like standing up for what she believes in. It's like she literally wanted to date him.
Right?
Like it was like a whole show of her standing up for
It's
herself
like you
because
just
she
wanted
literally
to
went
look
back to him.
away. You just wanted to put him
Right.
down and make yourself look righteous,
Right.
and then still have him come out and be with you.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, he's the one that left her. Like she would have kept dating him.
Right.
So everything she said was like for show.
Oh my god! And then that rumor that every time he hooked up with someone, he would leave them his YouTube card,
Oh.
and everyone's like, "What's a YouTube card?" Oh my
Yeah,
god!
he probably did want to be famous, but like so does every single person on that show. Like be for real.
I'm sorry. I don't care what you believe in, but between Sarah and Victoria, I can't stand people like that. Sarah was nicer about it, I think. I think Victoria was like not nice
I'm talking
about
about
it.
Virginia.
I'm sorry, Virginia.
Okay.
I think Virginia was so not nice about it. I don't like her condescending, righteous baloney attitude. I hate that those kind of people. It's like, do you think like just because you think this way, you think everyone else in the world is like they don't have a right or they're not smart or they're not anything? Like, first of all,
Right.
opinions change. Second of all, it depends like your lifestyle, where you came from. But there's so many factors. You can't look down on people just because they don't think like you. And those are the worst kind of people in my eyes. I can't not stand people like that. And especially when you keep dating them and you keep putting them down, it's like then stop dating them.
Right. Like you keep bringing up the issue, like leave, but like you really want to keep dating him.
So back to Ben and Sarah. Apparently, after that, she wanted him to go with her to a temporary assignment, and he said he would. But apparently, they got in a fight right before that happened, and she thought he would go anyways. But in his mind, he's like, that fight was a breakup fight. Like that was like I'm not going fight, and so she was like shocked when he didn't go.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe there though. Like was did he just like bail on her and not show up? Or was it like pretty obvious that he wasn't gonna go?
Well, he
I don't know.
said we got in an argument the day before, and to me, that's a I'm not going anymore. Like it was a pretty bad fight,
Right.
apparently.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, maybe.
And then apparently he also called her and she wouldn't answer. So it's like that kind of disconnect that they're not communicating, and then one thinks one way, the other one thinks another way.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
She screwed up. She should have just married him.
Well, because he clearly wants to be with him.
Right.
And then she left him, and then she's like back in his life. So she's almost like toying with him.
That's what I'm saying. She's a kind of, or I don't know
Yeah.
her. I'm not going to pretend I do, but she kind of seems like she wants to belittle him, but then she still wants him to stay, which that doesn't work.
Right, exactly.
And he had enough already at some point.
Right. Yeah, it kind of is with her.
Um, Devin and Virginia. I really don't like the way she handled herself. I think I like them together, but I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, obviously they're not a fit because she has this elitist attitude, but she didn't have to like. Again, you know what's ironic to me when she sits up there and says, "I welcome all religions and faiths." It's like, but you're not welcoming his.
Right.
So how does that make any sense? Everyone's but his?
Yeah,
Like, does she
that's
realize what
true.
she's saying?
Yeah, I mean that one they just weren't a good fit.
Yeah.
I do think that at some point, if your beliefs are that far apart, like it's probably not going to work. So,
But it's like she can't sit up there and be like, I welcome everyone's faith, but I'm putting you down for what you believe in. That doesn't make sense. And then what about the check? His mother's boss gave him a check for the wedding. His excuse made sense to me, but I don't know what the truth is. He said, well, we weren't married yet, so I was waiting for us to cash it together when we got married.
was kind of sketchy. Like,
Yeah, I don't
he
know.
should have just talked about it and said,
Yeah.
like, oh, we got a gift from this. Like, because, like, people, I don't know, people are saying he comes off as, like, kind of, like, cheap and broke
Well, he
boy.
is. He's a basketball coach.
So,
Hello.
yeah.
He's not going to make a lot of money doing that. And I feel like she kind of treated him that way. Like she held it against him, like between the prenup and the that.
Well, that's the thing. It was never going to work. Like, she clearly wants a guy who makes a little more, which is, like, fine.
Yeah,
But they just aren't going to work.
yeah, they weren't a match. But who was a match was Daniel and Taylor. I love them. I love them from the beginning. They were my favorite couple, and I'm so happy. They look so happy. I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah, they really go well together and they just look like friends.
I love it. They have so much fun. They should go to that
Yeah.
Christmas town. There's a town here in the U.S. I forgot where it is, but they celebrate Christmas all year.
Oh my
They
gosh.
should totally go there. They're so cute. I love them. I love his family. I love her. I think they're just like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I'm really happy that that one drama in the beginning wasn't gonna tear them apart or like wasn't something bigger. Because they really do go well together.
They go so well, but the tattoo he got on his chest is so god awful.
Oh my God, okay. I'm sorry, but you are asking to break up if you get a tattoo of your person, especially if it's state.
First of all, it's the worst
I think it's
tattoo
like
I've ever seen. It's a block.
um
It's a block of her
it's a
eyes.
block of her eyes.
It doesn't
No,
even
and
look
it's
right.
pretty it's just so bold.
It looks like a stamp. Like someone took a huge stamp and stamped him, and it's like a block, which tattoos shouldn't be like a block.
I feel like if a guy wants to get my a tattoo of me like that, I'd think twice about anything.
That's a crazy, ugly tattoo. When he's shirtless at the beach, he looks terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, he's in love, I guess.
Jeez Louise. And to get rid of, I mean, I guess he could cover it up with something else, but it's ugly.
I
It's just
mean, it's a
ugly.
pretty big tattoo.
I don't understand why he had to do this. Oh my God. Well, that's it for Love is Blind. It's exciting. You know,
What? We didn't talk about like half the people.
who?
Um, the whole Meg,
Oh my
Alex,
God. Wait, David and
Mason,
Lauren. I forgot David and Lauren.
and them. Literally,
Oh
like
my God. I'm
six people
sorry.
we didn't talk about.
Well, because we talked about the best couple there. So to me, finito. Finito, goodbye. You've done your work. Oh my God. David and Lauren. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was all a lie. He must feel so stupid.
He does feel stupid, but like she said, I hate when guys say like such a heartfelt thing, but it's been a year and you haven't reached out. You've seen me in public and you ignored me.
Well, yeah. Then at that point, it's just for show, and to make himself feel better too.
Like, what is going on? Like, how do you ignore her that whole time?
Right.
And she
If
was
you feel that
wearing,
bad, and if you actually do like her, like,
and she was wearing blue contacts.
oh,
I was
really?
like, she looks so different. And they all always look different because they get injections and all that after the show. But I'm like, she looks even more different. And it's because she does not have blue eyes. And she had blue
Wait,
eyes,
she was wearing contacts? That's so bizarre.
like blue contacts.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah. But I did like how she defended him and the fact that she's like, I do not think he's a narcissist because people throw that word around too much. And it's like, not everyone you don't like is a
Yeah,
narcissist.
that's true. I know people are being really mean to me.
I think he's just kind of immature and he has no communication skills and he is a little timid.
Yeah, and he clearly like thinks a little too highly of his sister in a weird way.
Jesus, I can't
And
believe
like,
they didn't show his sister.
Is she real?
What does she think of all this? Like, I need to know. They didn't ask that.
Yeah. Well, they needed to bring her on. Like, that's just
Well,
crazy.
no,
And
just
the fact
ask
that
them.
none of the family,
Ask them.
well, the fact that none of the family wanted to see his fiance is crazy to me. Like, his family was kind of,
Totally.
yeah, like to hold that against her. You literally had a one night stand before you had even dated, like, grow up.
Okay, so then Meg and Mason and Alex.
Okay, I don't know how to feel about this situation. So, how do you feel about Megan?
So I think it's interesting that they said they tried to date and it didn't work out. I want to know why. Why didn't it work out?
Wait, with
So
one,
Meg and
Alex or
Mason
Mason?
are best friends now.
Oh, right, right, right.
And but they did try to date twice. They said it once or twice they tried to make it work and but why? Why doesn't it work?
Yeah, I don't know. But they're like best friends, yeah.
Yeah, but they're best friends.
Weird.
It's like, okay, well, I want to know what happened. What does is the chemistry not there? Like, what is it? Does he snore? What? I want to know.
I mean, yeah, it must be like the chemistry. They just don't see each other romantically.
Or they fought. I want to know. So they didn't ask that.
Yeah,
So she's like hella protective over Mason and telling Madison off.
right. Which, I
Madison
don't know.
with the paper she took out of her dress was ridiculous. And she tries to show it, but you can't see anything.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, people were saying it was nothing. I do understand what she was saying with like the certain emojis he was using. He was like making fun of Megan and Mason.
he
That's like
definitely
her
made fun
point.
of them because he didn't refute it. He was just like staying quiet and he just glossed over it.
Right. And I could tell when Alex was lying. Like, I forgot what else she brought up, but then he like kind of paused for a second. And the way he was looking around and like trying to come up with something, you could so tell he was lying.
Oh, for sure. But I don't think like it's just like when you have a private conversation with someone, like it could come out of context. Like he's not going to sit there and tell his friend that
Yeah.
he made fun of him. It's like he had the right to do that in private with someone else, and it's like unless it's like a level of shit talking like that needs to be said. It's like if he said one thing or something, like who cares?
Yeah, I don't like when people bring up
Me
text
too.
because that's just like a private conversation
Yeah.
and things. Like, you're allowed to talk about people. Like, I don't
And
know.
it's
It's
taken out of
not.
context. Like I don't know. I hate when
Yeah.
people do that.
Yeah, I
And what
agree.
was her point? Like why does she want to She's trying to make Alex look bad with Mason because she can't explain why she was so upset with Mason when she didn't even want to date him in the first place.
Right. And then she was like stringing Mason along because she knew she didn't want to date him.
Yeah, but then apparently Alex and Madison, she said Alex tried to hook up with her or date her or something after.
Well, because I mean, a ton of the guys did reach out to her because they thought she was like hot, I guess. And she kind of, I don't, I don't even know if I want to say this, but she kind of gives like that kind of vibe of being like crazy girl. You just kind of hang out with her for a night and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. She was kind of mean. Remember when they went to like that after thing when Lauren and David were already broken up and then everyone saw each other for the first time? They're at a bar. She was sitting there talking mad shit about Alex and Mason.
Yeah, like I don't know. She gives me dark
Yeah,
vibes.
she was
There's just
being
something off about
she
her.
was being petty and like mean. And she's just like she's probably not a terrible human being. She just is a like toxic traits.
Yeah, and you could tell that she likes toxicity and yeah,
That's like
toxic
yeah, I
traits.
feel though even the way that she brought the printouts and all the whole way she moves is it's very
Hmm.
like let's be more problematic instead of like resolve.
Yeah, she seems like a problematic girl.
Yeah, she just like thrives in the drama.
Right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I feel bad for
I
her.
agree. Yeah, because again, she might not be a bad person, but she definitely is toxic.
Did we get everyone now?
Um, I think so.
Oh my God. And then they waste more time. So they didn't bring on old couples and everything, but they did go throwbacks and the five top, whatever. It's like, I just want to talk more to these couples. Like, you didn't ask the questions. Oh, I hate that they waste so much time with past couples. It's like, no one cares.
Well, thank God that they didn't talk to the couples because last reunion was unbearable.
I think they got the hint because everyone probably
Yeah.
wrote in, but they did bring
Oh,
out. What's a girl?
Wait, um, not Addie, AD.
AD. They brought out AD with their new guy that he was on another dating show.
I mean, well, the same dating show, just a
Why did they bring
different
her out? Like, who
country.
cares?
Yeah,
I don't
but I
understand
did
this.
always like AD.
Oh, I love AD and put it on your page and celebrate her. But why at the reunion? Why? It's not about her.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me.
Yeah. I think so. Did you see at the top moment was what's her name?
Megan Fox.
Uh, no, that wasn't the Megan Fox girl.
I forgot who was top moment.
Uh, top moment was her telling off Jimmy that she's gonna rue the day
Oh,
that he
right.
sees her
Yeah.
and he's gonna eat his every time because she's
You're
so
gonna
hot or
choke
whatever.
when you see this.
Yes. Okay. Like cool moment, but also for that to be the number one moment when the whole premise of the show is it's not what you look like is crazy. Like it doesn't matter if you're the hottest girl, you're not supposed to connect off that. You're supposed to connect on personality.
I know. They should
So
have
the
put
fact that they
top.
put that as top
They
moment,
should have put top shocking moments, not like top moments.
yeah.
But
But yeah, that's crazy.
but to their point, like the Love is Blind. Everyone's like, Love is not blind. It's like you don't know. You don't understand. This is just a point. This is a part of it that you get deeper. Because let's say all these people met in person, a lot of them would have picked Madison just on looks. Not,
Right.
but because they have a wall between them, they can sense the toxicity and say no. You know.
Right. Exactly.
But if you look at them, you get blinded by other things, and you don't realize till like a while down.
Yeah.
That's the point
Exactly.
of Love is Blind.
Yep.
Do you think Nick Lachey had a toupee or dyed his hair? Because everybody was zooming in on his head, and his hair did look really dark.
Oh, really? I mean, I like a man who tries instead
Listen,
of just
I'm all for
giving
it.
up and balding.
All the men should start dyeing their hair. All the men should start getting hair transplants and put some effort into your skin and put sunscreen because we're holding up all the work and it's not okay.
No, it's not okay. Because they wouldn't be okay if we did it.
No, it's really it's interesting.
But yeah, I think that was all. This season wasn't too crazy, but next season will be in Denver. So hopefully we get some fun people from there.
I like this season. I like any season that's real. Like they're actually just doing their thing, getting to know each other. It works, it doesn't work. I like it all. Because at least there wasn't
Yeah,
on this season anybody like that other guy that was stupid and wasn't even there for the right reasons. They didn't have any of that.
that's true. Like these are real problems.
Yeah, I love
It's
it.
not like weird
Yeah, I'm not watching the
problems,
show for
like people who
drama.
shouldn't be there.
I'm watching it to see a human connection.
Yeah, that's true. And to see like why it fails and stuff,
Exactly.
or why it works.
Totally. And I really liked how Molly stood up for Lauren, and I'm glad that Dave didn't try to hit on her or anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, but
A girl's girl.
the new thing online is that Joey is going after Sarah,
Which one, Sarah?
the one that was with Ben.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And she came out on an interview saying, "I'm not ruling it out. Like you never know what happens." So I think they're gonna try to be a thing or something.
Oh.
Yep.
That's interesting, especially when you like see someone in a relationship and how they act, and then you go for them. Like it's all laid out in front of you. You have it on video.
And didn't Monica say something about who was it? Was it was it with Sarah that or was it with Madison? It was that she was calling someone out. Madison. It was Madison. Monica was
What?
calling out Madison at the reunion for flirting with Dave, with Joey.
Yeah.
But after that, now Joey has been, shooting a shot with Sarah.
Right. Hmm.
And they honestly look like they would match because he seems very left wing and they probably would be a better
Right.
match
Yeah. Maybe.
with all of
I
that.
mean, again, he's not really looking for marriage. We'll see how that goes.
With Sarah, I'm sure he would be because she's kind of out of his league,
Mhm.
like physically.
Yeah.
So he'll probably be like, okay.
His accent is so funny.
They're all of their accents. I love it.
Yeah,
They
it
sound
was
like
it was fun to hear.
Wisconsin. Like it's interesting.
Yep.
And they were showing like all their faces are like, did everyone get a rash on the way there? Like they were all blotchy.
Hmm.
Like their skin was all red, like they've been in the sun. Thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alrighty.
that's all we got for Love is Blind. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Who was Scoop barking at? Was that a Chihuahua? Who was the barker? A Chihuahua? Anita just canceled